Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular, mystery reading number 672. Before getting into this reading, chances are most of the people watching this video are not subscribed, so if you are a recurring viewer, you enjoy my work and would like to help support the growth of my channel, you can do so by sticking around, hitting that subscribe button down below, and ringing the notification bell next to it, so you don't miss an upload if you feel called to. My current goal is 500 subscribers so I can have access to offering channel memberships. So if you do decide to support my channel, thank you very much. So, interesting. So whenever I clicked play on the video, I accidentally saw the bottom of the deck, which it was the Chariot in reverse in the Prisma Visions Tarot. I think that card came out yesterday in yesterday's reading or a recent reading, and that could be confirmation for someone that this is your reading if you saw that reading recently with the Chariot. But I also looked at the Eight of Cups here because I accidentally shuffled the deck. I was going to show you the or the Chariot. I kept wanting to say like Seven of Cups and Seven of Pentacles, which to me is about like patience and choices, and maybe there's like a rush, wanting to rush through things type of energy that is making it hard for you to see things clearly, whether you're rushing things or someone else is rushing things. There could be something significant here about Russia, and then I just heard Russia, which I believe is just Russia with an Italian accent. So that tells me that there could be Russian ancestors here, and they don't have to be ones that you've known or that you know are current or recent. They could be distant ancestors. Really got distracted by the word distance there. So that feels like confirmation for someone that you have very distant Russian ancestors who are present for this reading, who might be trying to guide you, contact you, communicate with you. So if there's anything about Russian culture that you feel drawn to or that feels significant to you, you might want to trust that. It also doesn't have to be Russia. This could still resonate but be about a different country or something like that. But yeah, I just wanted to share that before I got into interpreting the number 672. This number brings the energies of unconditional love, unhealthy attachments, temptation, unhealthy temptation type of energy. There's also wisdom. There's a lot of learning here around love. Love is teaching you a lot. There could be a significant love relationship here, but it could also just be family members, the love that you have for yourself. It's wherever the love is coming from, it's definitely teaching you a lot, and you're being called to embrace the things that you learn, the awareness that you gain. For some reason I wanted to say awarenesses, so maybe it's more than one thing that love is teaching you. Love is such a beautiful thing. This world really can be a better place. It just starts with making our own minds and homes and neighborhoods and countries and whatever. We just have to understand the impact that we make on an individual level. That's why it's important to recognize that you are valuable, because you're always creating. We all are. And we need to hold ourselves accountable to make sure we're creating for better rather than for worse. there could be a very important choice here for someone. It's making me think of the lover's card, so maybe there's like a certain marriage or a certain relationship or something that you're committed to feels like it's in question or maybe up in the air. There could be something here you need to walk away from and or something here that you need to embrace. Letting go of something old, embracing something new could be significant. I feel someone's ancestors are really emphasizing the newness, embracing the new in terms of the change of how you treat yourself, or the change of behavior, the change of you communicate, a personal change, a transformation. I really feel your ancestors are encouraging you to embrace. Other than unconditional love and wisdom, 672. For some reason, 673 keeps sticking out to me, so maybe the reading for tomorrow will be significant for you. But the number 672 also is about balance. Helping, well, I was about to say helping the world release what no longer works, but I associate that with the number 9, so maybe the number 9 could be a significant number for you. Your purpose, how you feel called to make a difference based on your own experiences. I'm feeling something here about like some sort of cause here that you're like, there's certain actions here that you need to take to support a certain cause, something that you're fighting for. There's definitely a sign here for someone here that you do need to let something or someone go and allow yourself to heal from that, to gain more strength and feel more empowered and self-assured and all of that stuff. Standing up for yourself, protecting yourself is supposed to make you feel good, not bad. 6 plus 7 is 13. 13 plus 2 is 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. So strong confirmation there of love being significant here, and it just really teaching you something and helping you let go of something that you really need to let go of, whether it's the relationship you have with yourself, with someone else. I just got distracted by a cat because she was doing something that she wasn't supposed to be doing, and I feel like that could be a sign or confirmation for someone that if you feel like a boundary of yours is being crossed, you are being encouraged to address that, to use your voice, but also make sure you're communicating effectively. Remember that it doesn't always have to be emotionally charged on your end. I'm getting like a calm within the storm type of energy. I feel like you're really being guided to connect with your intuition, to trust yourself, to believe in yourself. There's a dog out here digging. I'm looking out the window. Yeah, you can hear them barking. Dogs for me are about loyalty, but they're also, I want to say like protector type of energy, because their barking is to get your attention. So maybe there's an energy here that is trying to get your attention, whether it's a spirit guide here or someone in your life. It's actually crazy that adding all those numbers together came down to a 6. So if you do have any temptations that you're being called to resist, there's confirmation for that as well. So now that I'm done interpreting the number 672, 625 could be significant for someone because I just heard it. But next I'm going to draw a card from the Prisma Visions Tarot to look into your current situation to see what the focus of this reading is going to be for you. and how it is related to the messages in the number 672. I'm feeling very distracted. A lot of noises. You could be feeling that way, metaphorically, literally. So I have, interesting, I have the Empress, heart chakra, sacral chakra. There's also, I think that is Venus. The planet of Venus is associated with the Empress card. You might hear those dogs outside. It really feels like your spirit guides, maybe some ancestors, want to bring your attention to the love that you give yourself, that you show yourself, that you know that you deserve. The Empress is someone who can take care of themselves emotionally. You don't repress or lie about how you feel. You're honest and you express yourself freely. There could definitely be an energy here that really feels like it's suffocating, or it's like really weighing on you. There's like pressure and expectations that could be coming from yourself. It could be coming from someone else. And regardless of where it's coming from, you need to stand up for the fact that you deserve more patience and more understanding, especially from yourself. Oh, that feels so powerful. I feel strong earth energy here as well, just because of this imagery. Maybe you feel called to nature. That actually makes a lot of sense, because nature is kind of seen as more nurturing. So I just really feel like you are in a place where you are being guided, or you should be focused on taking care of yourself emotionally, so that way you can ultimately evolve into an emperor and take care of yourself physically. We all have power. We just need the foundation and the stability to tap into it, to embrace it. Anything in this world can happen. That's both exciting and terrifying. But I don't know. For me personally, there's just some beauty here that's hard to put into words. Maybe because I come from a more spiritual perspective, maybe you'll understand. And you know, it kind of just speaks for itself. I feel like a strong, sacred feeling here. Your ancestors, the earth, or Gaia, these energies feel like they want to connect with you to help ground you emotionally and in reality. I feel like what the most important thing for you to focus on right now is your health. Your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health. Spiritual health in terms of how optimistic are you? How hopeful are you? How inspired and motivated do you feel? There's something here about some sort of passion or fire that burns from within that you're being called to recognize, harness, of course, because it can get a little wild, but express your passion, your dreams, your desires. They're there for a reason, not for you to become a slave of, but to express freely. There is a warning here about keeping yourself in a mental cage and how it's creating a physical cage where you feel trapped not only in your fears but also in your environment. To break out of an environment where you feel trapped, you first have to break free from whatever you feel, whatever thoughts and feelings you feel trapped or bound by. Talking about like feeling trapped and feeling bound, Really, really confirms this devilish, materialistic, not necessarily in a negative way type of way. I believe that humans are naturally materialistic. It's just human, to want to enjoy things, to want to enjoy physical reality, wanting to enjoy your senses. That's not the only side to life. There's also a whole other world going on within that you're really being guided to explore with such curiosity and open-mindedness. Don't judge yourself so much. Don't judge the process so much. I get this strong energy of freeing yourself from something, and then I got a vision of either the 8 of Swords or the 9 of Swords. I don't remember what it was, but I saw it at the bottom of the deck with these cards earlier. I didn't mention it, but it's definitely coming through as significant now, because the 8 of Swords and the 9 of Swords are there's a lot of mental anguish going on, a lot of anxiety, fear, frustration, maybe depression, sadness. There's a real overwhelm of emotions here, which makes a lot of sense talking about the Empress. You're not here to not feel things powerfully, deeply. How do I say this? I don't know if that came out in the way that I wanted to, but I forgot totally what it was. Unfortunately, maybe it's just a concept I'm not ready to dive into yet. But yeah, if you feel called to love, especially with the heart chakra here, to self-love, being kinder to yourself, there's confirmation here to follow that. Follow where you feel called, for sure. I'm going to start wrapping up this reading by drawing out a card from the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot to see what guidance your spirit guides have. For somebody, specifically your ancestors, it could be everybody watching this, I don't know. I generally feel called or connected to the ancestral spiritual population, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's just what I feel connected to, though. So I have the Knight of Pentacles. There could be something significant here about mediumship for somebody, or just a more general message, just curious about the spirit realm, psychic abilities. If you're really, really curious about that stuff, focusing on your healing is what you really need to be focused on, because that is what helps you ascend, gain more wisdom, awareness, and ultimately strengthen your intuition and your psychicness and your gifts, and making them more apparent. This Knight of Pentacles here is a hard-working, very energetic type of energy. For you, there could be some sort of flame here, or maybe you just feel like you lack inspiration and motivation. Maybe you struggle with depression, and it's best for you to focus on that before anxiety. I'm really feeling called back to that message about, like, how optimistic are you? How hopeful are you? And if you feel like you're drowning in pessimism, the darkness, and stuff like that, that's okay, but you don't deserve to feel that way. You don't deserve to feel that anxious. And I say that as someone who has struggled very deeply with anxiety. Like, when I was going to school growing up, I would have panic attacks before like school presentations. So trust me, I understand anxiety. I really do. So much so that I used to be, like, you would hear sirens and you would be paranoid about the typical stuff that you hear about I want to say schizophrenia. I'm no doctor, but I do have a family member who has experienced that. So it could be genetic. I'm just saying this for someone out there who feels like they are really, really trapped, really stuck in their head and feeling cornered by their fears. I want you to know that you can overcome this. And a lot of the fears, it is true that a lot of the time it is in your head. And so, like, maybe exposure could help. I know that it personally helped me, and you don't have to, you can take baby steps if you want. It's not about proving yourself or being perfect. It's about achieving your goal, if that makes sense. But let me see what this the Knight of Pentacles, maybe your goal is to be the King of Pentacles. Not only someone who is focused and driven and hardworking, but also a leader. It's those hardworking, those types of qualities that would make someone a leader. This says routine equals success, hardworking, productive, and diligence. It's very important to have a focus or a sense of direction in life. I wouldn't be surprised to have someone here felt a little bit lost or confused about their place in the world, what life means. Everything just feels overwhelming. And I only say that because I felt the moon energy earlier, talking about using your intuition and trusting yourself. You really, really got to start believing in your own light, your own strengths, your own good qualities. Maybe it's important here for you to learn how to love yourself in a more whole way. We all have strengths and we all have weaknesses, and it's okay if we have weaknesses. We're not supposed to be strong in every area, every aspect of life. That's the great thing about diversity. Where you feel that you have a weakness, it can be turned into a strength, but if you don't want to do that, where you feel you have a weakness, that's the opportunity for someone with that strength in the same area to shine, which, call it cringy or whatever, but I believe it. But yeah, I feel like your focus, this hardworking, inspired, driven type of energy, there's a lot of fire in this energy. I believe in the reading yesterday, there was also the Knight of Wands. Definitely reparent yourself if you feel called to. Maybe there's an inner child here that needs to be attended to and healed. Maybe it might be good to take a look at your shadow, get into shadow work. If you are curious about the spiritual stuff, all you gotta do is ask. And then I just heard a message, ask and you shall receive. I think your spirit guides really want you to know that they are there, ready to connect with you, ready to guide you, ready to communicate with you. So whenever you're ready, I definitely encourage you to learn how to communicate with them. And to do that, it's similar to prayer, except you don't have to have your hands the way that people have them when they pray. I don't know why I said that, but felt like I should say it. But it's like projecting your energy or your intention for a certain way that you feel, or something that you want to say to the universe. Maybe it would help to look up at the sky and talk to the universe, whatever higher power you believe in, that way. There's a really good and beautiful, honestly, opportunity for someone here to strengthen their relationship with themselves, their spirit guides, the universe, the spiritual nature of life. It's like uncovering a whole new world, or a whole new layer of this world that already exists. Holy crap. That's some pretty big energy. It's interesting as well that we have like the Empress and the Knight of Pentacles, both cards that represent people. So there could be a real need to focus here on what type of character do you want to be? Do you want to have? You can almost think about it like in a video game sense. Maybe it would help someone to look at life as a video game. I was recently thinking about how maybe there's a significant message here for someone about how if you feel like life is a game, well, the only way to win is to play. That's a pretty powerful message there. But you don't have to overwhelm yourself. You can take things at a slow pace, and it says nothing about your value or what you're capable of. Prioritize your health, especially your mental, emotional, spiritual health, your inner world, because that's what's really going to help you prioritize your external world, your physical reality. You deserve to feel so much more uplifted and empowered and connected. Yeah, I did pick up on a disconnected type of energy yesterday, so maybe I'm talking to the same person. I also feel drawn to the stars here around the crown of her head. There could be something significant here about your crown chakra, but it's also, these stars are also making me think of the star card in tarot, which is about rebirth. It can be about healing. Something has been torn down, some foundation has fallen apart, which it can be hard to cope with. It can be challenging, but there is something good to come from it. Yeah. A very important and essential thing to healing is recognizing that most of the time we're not going to get what we want from the universe. Like, if that makes sense, like, we can get what we want, but I'm saying, like, when we're really upset and, you know, there's just something here that we can't control that we want to change, but we can't. I think the universe wants you to look inward during those times, to find deeper meaning, deeper understanding, to be patient with the universe, more understanding with the universe. Yes, the universe does feel like it is asking you, your spirit guides, for more patience, more time to allow them to show you the magic and the abundance that you deserve. Someone here could have the potential to have a very powerful story here to tell. Maybe you could monetize it if you feel called to. There could definitely be a dream or a wish that you have, and I want you to know that it matters and that every step it takes to get there is worth it. If there's something here that you really, really want, you have to prioritize your emotional well-being, so that way you can be more in control. That makes a lot of sense with the Chariot type of energy, because that's what the Chariot is all about. You being in control and in the driver's seat of your life, not your fears. And don't be hard on yourself. You know, you're only human. We all deal with anxiety. But I do feel here for someone that you don't deserve to feel as anxious as you do. And it's okay to recognize that, so that way you can do something about it, because you do deserve to express yourself freely, to live in a free world. But the only way to do that is to create a free world on the inside. You have to let yourself think freely, feel freely, embrace your passions. I just feel in general here there's some really, really, really deep, important, and satisfying reflection here for someone that you need to embrace or go through. You definitely won't regret it, I can tell you that much.